Hi, and welcome to part three of Deep in the Bunker, where I'm talking about why I prep, what I prep for, and long-term goals. Last video once again interrupted, but here's a continuation. So I'm talking about society now, because we've talked about immediate prepping, we've talked about long-term prepping in a small way. So you've got things like your fruit trees in the community, the land share project I talked about, which is absolutely fantastic. I personally gone out and guerrilla gardened, where I've planted fruit trees in various places where no one sees mine because no one's cut them down. It may be private land, but it's on the edge of private land, and hell, trees happen to grow. So sue me. Yeah, so come September, October, I've got a little something. But I ended the video talking about helping our community as a society. Let's pretend that everything has just broken down and there's nothing left. There's no cops, there's no any sort of authority left. You're gonna have to get out. You're gonna have to get things moving again. You can't just sit in the house and do nothing. You go out and you help your farmer repair his tractor. You get him moving. In return, you're going to give him goods that he may not have. Okay, so he can do his job. Okay, you know, let's say that there's gangs roaming the streets. You've got to form some form of militia with like-minded people with a view of not being assholes or yourself. You've got to protect what's yours in your immediate street, move out to the next street, move out to town, and have it secure. So everybody's wanting to progress. Everybody wants a normal as close life as they can, and you've got to try and do it together. This is what it is. Personally, I don't think society will ever break down that badly. I mean, I've lived through the 2011 London riots and everything. Yeah, it was pretty fucking shit for a couple of days. I mean, shit did hit the fan. They were burning down department stores, looting. But it fizzled out. Someone died, and Dad came out of the media and said, enough's enough. I've lost a son. You've lost a son. Let's stop it. And people listened, and they went home. The courts dealt with everybody, and yeah, that's what happened. So I think you've got to look at countries where there is no law, and how do they handle these things in their own little communities where they're so far apart? Does the absence of policing immediately create anarchy? I say no. Okay, I think apart from a few radicals, people will generally not want to destroy everything around them. Okay, and I hope you agree with that. I hope, I hope you do. You may not, because you can't live in that. What I mentioned in the previous video, you can't live in fear forever. Okay, day 1, day 30, you're in fear, whatever. But you've got to move on. You've got to go to day infinity. You've got to get your generations moving. You've got to get your children into a new lifestyle. Okay, you've got to. I say you've got to get the schools back on track. Education. You've got to have it happen. And I'm talking complete apocalypse here, because if it's not, I believe that society will very slowly regenerate. It'll take a fucking long time, but councils will form. Law will form again, as it always has done. Okay, yeah. So that's my personal thing about it all. That's great. So, and I would like to know your thoughts. And I'd like to say thank you again to my doubling subscription. Okay, magic number. Great. Better from where I started was 1, 2. Okay. So if we keep going like this, hopefully in a month's time, hitting double figures. Cool. But if you don't believe me about, say, the prepping and the food, okay, just go watch videos by James Yeager. No matter what you think of the bloke, I think he's fantastic. He speaks his mind, and that's, he suffers consequences for it, which is right. I speak my mind. I just don't have a fuckload of guns on the wall behind me, which is, I guess, what sites have a little problem with. But I don't. I think, Yeah. Anyway, but the whole point is, he talked about these things exactly what I was talking about in video 1, which was having a load of food, saying that you can go out and buy your Manor House or your MREs, your ration packs, but it's really, really, really expensive. He says, well, for $50 I can get 100 pounds of rice, and that 100 pounds of rice I'll cook it up into 600 pounds of rice, because it'll swell. So I'd rather spend $50 on rice than MREs, and that's what I think I'm trying to go for. Yeah, I got a few little bits when there's absolutely nothing else to eat, but that's not at all. Okay? My reliance is on food. So yeah, that's what I say. In these 3 videos, I've explained why I prep, reasons for it and everything, and why. And why I'm putting these videos out. I mean, it's a lot of therapy for me, and I hope it gives you a fresh indication out there, because I don't see any videos out there of people saying, I'm afraid, what do I do? How do I control this fear? How do I calm it down? How do I make it realistic, productive? Okay, please comment me if you have any questions. I'd really like to answer some of them, and I know it's really crap, low quality video. I know it sounds crap, and I really hate my own voice because I've been watching it back and I sound like a posh wankstein. But that's me. Okay. Yeah. So I will continue the videos with a lot more on meal planning, because I talked about breakfast. Briefly touching lunch. We'll be moving more in depth onto lunch and dinner. Specific meal planning. I will be showing these meals. What you can make very easily. You can eat them cold, etc. And so hopefully, you'll go out and have the confidence to say, yes, I can do the same. And once again, if it's coming up as expiration date, I'm going to use it, because like I say, these things have a year or so expiration date on them. I'm going to use it, I'm going to replace it, and I'm going to still have that lovely meal planning that I think there. Or if I don't like what's in the meal planning that's been shown, I can go and make my own variations. Okay, personally, like I say, I went out and bought a lot of evaporated milk, and in coffee, it makes it white, but it doesn't do anything else for it really. I'm a condensed milk person, And my wife calls it bonbon coffees, so black coffee, and it's literally like a tablespoon full of condensed milk in there. And my God, it's the sweetest thing I've ever drank. But if I wanted a little pick-me-up, instead of just black coffee, that's going to be great. It's got such sugar, such vanilla sweetness in it. Bang! So that's it for me. So as my evaporated milk goes away, I will be going just pure condensed milk. I've got a couple of tins of milk powder anyway. Okay, Nido milk powder from Amazon, and Amazon are great. Sponsor me. But yeah, so yeah, I think it's something to think about. It's something I thought about, and I really hope shit doesn't hit the fan. But if it does, stay safe and don't overreact. Okay, as Bob Marley said, everything's gonna be alright. Till next time, I have been deep in the bunker.